Hello everyone, Dr. Perkins here with August 2018 messages. Thank you so much for joining me on a monthly basis and keeping updated on GBUSD Monster Nation information. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed those pictures and the music. Those were back to school pictures, meet the teacher night pictures. Can you believe it? School has already started. We're actually filming this on the first day of school, so welcome back. A very important thing we want to push this year and always and forever is partnerships. Please, parents, partner with us. If there's an issue, let's all be nippers of that issue right away. So the first step is to please contact your teacher, resolve the problem. Let's be problem solvers. If for some magical reason that doesn't work out, contact your school principal, and now sit down with your school principal, the teacher, yourself, and your kid. Resolve the problem. And for some mysterious reason that doesn't work out, you can contact me and we'll get everyone together in my office and we will problem solve the issue and move forward. So please, that's the protocol. Teacher, principal, superintendent. Alright, moving on to important dates to remember. Galileo benchmark testing is this month, August 14th through August 24th. Again, 14th through August 24th. Every day is important, especially the benchmark weeks. Why? Because we need to see where your child is at the beginning of the school year. So this first benchmark will be our pre-test. We want to know where your kid is at. We can use it as an indicator throughout the year because we're going to do 4 benchmarks throughout the year. So your kid, we know coming into this first test may be low. Then we have another benchmark. They should start gaining. The second benchmark, their scores should get higher. Third and fourth, they should be mastering all the standards in their particular grade level. So again, they should be down here when they first test, start gaining knowledge, they should test higher. Second, third, and fourth test, they should be at mastery by the end of the 4th benchmark. That's the goal behind benchmark testing, to see where your kid is at, are they progressing, and so forth. Movie night is August 17th, Friday, a couple Fridays from now. We're showing a really good movie called Wonder. It's what I like to call a teachable moment movie. It's on anti-bullying, character, judging other people, and other character traits. So please stop by Friday, August 17th, 6 p.m. here in Logan Auditorium. We will have our student council selling popcorn, hot dogs, and the like, so you can have a meal and see a great movie, which again I call a teachable moment movie. Alright, the final event for August is our Bond Informational Forum. That's an opportunity for you to come by, listen to our discussions about the bond, get educated, and ask your particular questions. Please take time to educate yourself going into this bond, and then you're going to feel really comfortable on November 6th when you're voting. So again, educate yourself, and then from there you decide. But the point is, please educate yourselves. Alright, also to help with that educational piece, in this video you'll see a bond educational video. Please watch that. That would be a great avenue for you to be educated on the upcoming bond. Let's transition to a segment which I like to call Say What? And it's all about the positives going on here at Hillabin Unified. So the first Say What is, did you know our preschool is rated 4 stars out of 5 stars? Thank you to Miss Josie and her team. They're kicking butt and taking names with our preschoolers. They're doing a heck of a job. Did you also know that our after-school 21st century program received 100% compliance by the Arizona Department of Education? So our after-school program, led by Miss Dawn Vasquez, they're doing a heck of a job along with her team. Did you also know that our focus here at GBUSD is anti-bullying in every grade level? We do a lot of work with our students to help them critically think about decisions. So if someone were to approach them, do they hit them, or do they stop, step back, compose themselves, ask for help, then resolve it that way? So we utilize a framework called Think Law as one of many tools to help kids critically think through a tough situation. But that is a focus here at GBUSD. Did you also know that last year our high schoolers attended 7 universities and 10 companies they visited? We're trying to really help them paint their vision for their future by exposing them to various colleges, universities, trade schools, and various companies. And the last, say what? Did you know? Did you know that many of our 8th and 9th graders in our JAG program, that stands for Jobs for Arizona Graduates, learn social, life, and leadership skills through that program? I've been to a couple of their events and they're really working hard. And remember, these are 8th and 9th graders competing against juniors and seniors in high school. So our 8th and 9th graders are learning a lot from Mrs. Young and doing a heck of a job out there trying to build their capacity with life, social, and leadership skills. Alright, let's transition to our last portion, sports. Our fall sports are soccer, volleyball, and football. Sports schedules are not out. However, I will let you know our seasons for all of these sports do start late August. As soon as those schedules are out, we will make them available. This will do it for my August messages. Don't forget, we're going to get rid of the paper, so you will no longer every month get a mailer, meaning a flyer of event information. We will send it to your emails. So stay tuned, stay abreast of things, enjoy August. We'll see you next month in September. Hello everyone, Dr. Perkins here with a bond educational video. The purpose of this video is to simply share with you the bond facts so you are truly educated on this process. The vote is this November 6th, 2018. And again, the purpose is to educate you. If you have questions after this, please contact me. You can call me on the phone at 928-683-2225. extension 114, or email me. My email is Anthony P, again Anthony P, at GBUSD.org, or drop in. I can come to your house, I can meet you at Sophia's, Little Italy's, but we want to make sure you are truly educated, and then from there you can make the decision. Okay, what we're very proud of in this process is all that you're about to hear from me is community created. We had a beautiful cross section of people in the local community join us for our first step, which was the bond steering team, which we met from January 2018 to April 2018. We invited San Lucie, we had a member from our town council, we had town employees, we had community members, we had governing board members, and we had GBUSD team members on this bond steering team. So beautiful cross section. We had great discussions, input, and decisions we had to make, and we'll share those with you in just a little bit. From the bond steering team, which ended again in April, we transitioned to a Design Your Campus team, and we met a couple times, and you see the fruits of our labor from those meetings. But let's dive into the bond facts. Our bond steering team approved a budget of $19.9 million for the bond, and this is what that 19.9 covers. It covers new buildings. There'll be 5 new buildings in this project. Again, we'll show you those in just a little bit. And the cost is estimated for those 5 new buildings to be around $17.4 million. So a bulk of the bond right there. Then we get down to technology. Not only do we need telephones, computers for employees, but we need a lot of student-aided technology. And all of that comes to an estimated $1.9 million. And then we have about $640,000 left, and that will be distributed amongst many costs. So you have your building costs, your architectural costs, you have your project management, procurement specialists. We got to pay the builder, we have to pay, again, the architect. There's a lot of miscellaneous costs in that $640,000, along with district office renovations. We want to turn our district office into a community center. So those figures right there take up the 19.9 just like that. Again, 17.4 for new buildings, 5 new buildings, 1.9 for technology, and 640 for district office / miscellaneous costs. 640,000 right there. All right, what will it cost to taxpayers? Because this is very, very important to you, the taxpayer. Right now, you're paying the bulk of the community tax here and school tax here. So we're asking for $1 more a year. $1 more a year. Now, you'll receive a flyer in the mail, which a lot of you have, or you'll see around the community. There's a lot of numbers on that flyer. We try not to make it confusing, but it can become confusing. Once you do all the math, it's just $1 more a year we're asking to get the things we need. Again, the new school, technology, and all those miscellaneous costs. 3 concerns that a few people have brought to our attention, and they're relevant concerns, and we want to clear the air with those right away. We want to be very transparent with this process. So the first concern is our bonding capacity. As I mentioned before, we could have bond as a school district up to $24 million. We did not do that. We are just asking for $19.9 million for our basic needs. We cannot go any lower because we won't get our basic needs. So $19.9 million was the number, again, keeping in mind our taxpayers. Now, what's going to happen is, in the next few years, that $24 million, that capacity is going to drop from $24 million to $14.9 million. That's in approximately 2 years. And then from there, it's going to drop from $14.9 million to $6 million. So our window to utilize our bonding capacity, we have to do it now. Why is it dropping? Because SRP has moved in and is starting to buy the 4 units out at our Gila Bend power plant. And because they're a municipality, a quasi-government, they hurt our bonding capacity as a school district. So again, it goes from $24 million to, in a couple years, $14.9 million. And then when they buy the final unit, it drops to $6 million. So now is the window of opportunity to do this bond and get the things we need for our students. Another concern, well, if the school goes out and wins the November 6th bonding or bond, it will not leave any money for the town to go out for a bond and get the infrastructure, roads, and other things they need. That's not true because the school district has their bonding capacity, which is $24 million, and the town has a separate bonding capacity, which I believe, and I know I'm going to be a little off, it's around $20 million. So there's 2 separate bonding capacity, one for the school and one for the town. And then lastly, the third concern we want to clear the air on, because it's a relevant concern, is, well, SRP is out there binding up the units in their municipality, quasi-government. It does say in the statute that because of their status, they can voluntarily pay that tax. So we did our research. SRP has been in Arizona since 1964, so just over 54 years. They have, every year, always paid that voluntary tax to local communities and local school districts. It would be a PR nightmare for them if they didn't. That means a multi-billion-dollar company not paying a small tax. That, again, would be a PR nightmare. That means they wouldn't support the communities, the schools, and the people. They have always, every year, again, since 1964, paid that voluntary tax. Let's say they don't. Let's say Gila Bend is the first example where they don't. So instead of paying that $1 a year for the bond, now you're paying, as a tax-paying citizen, $2 a year. So it does go up a little bit, but not the end of the world. Again, the sacrifice here is, don't worry about the taxes. We're always going to pay taxes no matter what. We go buy gasoline, we go buy clothes. But think about what we're paying taxes for, and that's to invest in our kids. They need new facilities. They need new educational programs. We have been in what I like to call the mud of mediocrity for many years here at Gila Bend Unified. It's time all of us take on that leadership role, pull us out, and produce a high quality education for our kids. Remember, we're the adults now, so we are now in charge of helping out our kids. So please do so. So those are the 3 concerns. And I just want, again, if you have questions, call me. Come see me. I'll go to your house. You can come here, drop in. We want to clarify things, and then you make a decision from there to support us, or if you can't, you can't. All right, we're going to transition now to our poster board showing you the building, so stay tuned. Okay, here is the layout designed by Orcutt Winslow, which was one of 3 teams up for the design, and our bond steering team selected Orcutt Winslow. So this building right here, our academic building, this is going to be probably our largest if you're talking about square footage. High school and middle school on this side, admin in the middle, and then elementary on this side, with preschool being at the end here. As you can see, there's a new playground field area with some shade structures right here. This little bluish one right here is our preschool shade structure. Preschool parking, since preschool has different hours than everyone else, they will have their own parent preschool parking area. Over here, now this is Logan right here, so you're facing west, Logan Avenue I mean. We'll have parent and team members parking with a parent drop off coming through this U shape here, close to the school. Over here, a little community plaza, and this is also where the bus drops off the kids. So you have separate traffic for parents, separate traffic for the bus drop off. Let's go back to our academic building. Right here is an amphitheater. So we have a stage here with shade structures and more seating back here for various events throughout the school year. Behind it, new cafeteria, stage in the middle, and a gymnasium. So when we beat up on Aho, we have all of our people there. We have dual seating, meaning seating on both sides. This will also not only be a cafeteria, but a practice gymnasium. If you go back here, we have a little courtyard here that transitions to our baseball, event parking, and athletics, meaning soccer, football, and track, right over here. And then if you go down here, our library stays the same, but right off the library now we have a new small district office, superintendent's office, and business department. Over here, our existing district office will be converted to a community center. So we always and forever want our community involved with the school district. So we have community, a place for the community to gather, and they can meet and do various things. So we'll put central air in here and clean up the outside and inside. Over here, we have already existing solar panels. We're going to pave under it, park our buses throughout these panels, and then add staff parking here, because over here we're going to take our 100, 200 buildings and make them one of the buildings maintenance and the other buildings storage. So as you can see from the layout here, this is all new, and we need that support to get this for our kids. Our buildings, just to let you know, are dated 1924, 1947, 1968, and 1973. Well over the 40-year mark. Architects and builders will tell you school buildings, depending on how they're built, only last up to 30 to 40 years. And even in those years you have to renovate, do many renovations. So it's time we get the new buildings our kids desperately need, bring in new educational programs, get the things our kids need. Don't forget to in here our important dates: November 6th, election, bond election, February 2019, the design starts for our new buildings, May 2019, the sale of the bonds and funds available, July 2019, construction begins, and June 2020 should be complete, ready to move in. Alright, let's transition out for closing. Alright, in closing, I want to thank you for spending some time with me and taking time. I want to credit you for taking time to educate yourself. If you have any further questions, please give me a call. 928-683-2225, extension 114, or email me at anthonyp@gbusd.org. anthonyp@gbusd.org. Drop in. I can even come to your house. I can meet you at a restaurant. We want to make sure you're educated, that you feel comfortable, and then from there you make the decision. Remember, when we as a community invest in kids, we get a great return. So that means the kids stay and they become productive citizens. They contribute to the economic development of the community. A lot of positives come out on this end, and we start educating them and investing in them. In return, we get a lot of positive things. So please invest in our kids, cultivate our kids. Thank you again for joining me.